get started with the meeting tonight. Looks like we have lots of attendees. Let's get started with a roll call. First call area.
Present.
Okay, got you down. Thanks, Fred. Second call area.
Second area present.
Okay, good evening, Peter. Third call area.
It's here.
Okay, good evening, Keon. Fourth call area.
Fourth present, AE4NT and WF48.
Got you down both. Good evening, Ben, and good evening, Dwight. Fifth call area.
Fifth call area, and my alternate should be up here momentarily.
Oh, okay. I had a copy of Dennis. It's still Kilo Mike 5 Mike Sierra.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Sixth call area is here. Seventh call area.
Seventh call area present. I just lost my video.
Oh, you're coming through fine on our end, so
I
maybe
don't see it. I don't see it on my screen.
There's 2 pages.
Yeah, there are 2 pages this month. And then I also saw that your assistant is here too, K7 PGL.
Yeah, Randy's down there.
Yeah, okay. Eighth call area.
Eighth area present, WL.
Okay, good evening, Ralph. Ninth call area.
Ninth call area present.
Okay, and is that the alternate director, DIY?
That's correct.
Okay. The 10 call area.
10 call area WB0PYF.
Okay, good evening, Ray.
Are you getting my
DX.
picture?
Oh,
Are you getting my picture?
not the picture, but your audio was kind of in and out, but it's better now.
Okay.
NDX 33 CMB, we're here.
Okay, good evening, Craig. President.
President here on 7XG.
Okay, good evening, Dean. Vice President.
Dan4 UK, I'm here.
Good evening, Bob. Secretary.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Tango here.
And Treasurer. The treasurer indicated earlier that he was on vacation. So outside of that, we have a full house tonight. Welcome aboard, everybody. And so we do have quorum. And first up is the minutes. Do we have a motion to accept the minutes from the August meeting?
So moved, AE4NT.
Second,
The second, was that you, Peter?
Dan4 UK.
Oh, okay, thanks, Bob. Is there any discussion on the minutes? Okay, let's go ahead with the roll call vote. First area.
First area abstains, K1UU.
Second call area.
Second area approved, N2XTT.
Okay. Third call area.
Approved, HAY.
Fourth call area.
Fourth approved.
Fifth call area.
Fifth approves,
Okay.
WA6LBU.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep your eyes on the paper and on the screen at the same time while you're writing. So yeah, I appreciate it. The sixth call area approves. Seventh call area.
WB7ASC approves.
Okay. The eighth call area.
Eighth call area abstains, KG8WL.
Ninth call area. Ninth call area, WA9 DIY. Okay, I guess he disappeared. The 10th call area,
WB0 PYF abstains.
DX.
DXVE3 CMB abstains, and Ray, we got your picture now.
Okay. Handsome
deal.
Harley race.
President.
President approves.
Okay. And vice president.
Vice President approves.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 approve, 3 abstain, and 1 not voting. So the motion to accept the minutes is approved. The financials for this month, Gary, the treasurer, K9GWS, is on vacation, and the financial report will be postponed to the October meeting. And next we have Ben with the awards committee report for July and August. Is there any questions for the 4th area director? Okay. And we also have the mobile shootout report that was included with the board packets earlier. Are there any questions on the mobile shootout?
Great job, guys.
I agree.
Great pick as well, guys.
Thank Rusty for the picture.
Well, to all concerned, great job. Under old business, we didn't have any, so we'll go ahead with the motions. First up is motion 09-2021-1 from Ben, AE4NT, to I don't have the exact wording here in front of me, but it has to deal with awards managers. And it's, the first is by Ben. Do we have a second?
Second, KG8WL.
Okay. 2 and 4. Is there any discussion on the motion on the awards managers? Okay, let's go ahead with the vote then. First call area.
First call area approves.
Okay. Second call area.
Second, excuse me, second area approves.
Okay. Third call area.
Third approves.
Okay. Fourth call area.
Fourth approved.
Fifth call area.
Fifth call area approves.
Okay. The sixth call area approves. Seventh call area.
Seventh call area approves.
Okay. Eighth call area.
Eighth call area approved.
Okay. The ninth call area. WA9 DIY. Still there? You see, left the building. 10th call area.
WB0 PYF 10th area approves.
And DX.
DXV3 CMB approves.
President.
President approves.
And Vice President.
Vice President approves.
Okay. Well, that one was easy to tabulate. We had one not voting, and we had 12 approve. So the motion carries almost unanimously. Wait a minute. Stop on my note sheet here. The next has to deal with the definition of combos. And we have a motion from the fourth call area director. Do we have a second?
Second and to XTT.
Okay. 1 and 2. Is there is there any discussion on the motion as it is currently worded? There was a late change made on it, I think on Monday, that we're using the term spouse and spouse. We'll go ahead with the vote. First call area.
First call area approves.
Okay. Second call area.
Second area approved.
Okay. Third call area.
Third approves.
We have some noise in the background. Fourth call area.
Fourth approved.
Okay. Fifth call area.
Fifth call area approves.
The sixth call area approves. Seventh call area.
And the seventh area approves.
Eighth call area.
Eighth call area approved.
Okay. Got you down, Ralph. The ninth call area.
Come back to him. He's just getting relogged in.
Okay, will do. 10th call area.
WB0PYF, 10th area approves.
Okay. DX.
V3 CMB DX strongly approves.
Okay. Vice President.
President approves.
Okay. And Vice President.
Vice President approves.
Okay. And I'll go back to the ninth call area. WA9 DIY. We're voting on the motion 09-2021-2, definition of combos. Are you ready to vote?
We vote yes.
Okay. Well, that's even easier this time. We have a unanimous vote, 13 approvals. Good job, guys. And next we have a motion. Well, I'll put it this way. We received a proposal this week for the 2022 eyeball, and going through the protocol, coming through the eighth call area director, I listed it on the agenda as a motion from the eighth call area director. I'll just say, do we have a second on this one?
Second, HAY.
Okay. So we have a motion from the eighth call area and second by the third call area. And we are a little bit early on this, but do we have any discussion on what we want to do with this motion for this month? I see lots of hands up. I'll start out with El Presidente.
No, go ahead and start off with Ben.
Okay, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but my space bar doesn't seem to unmute me. Anyhow, I would like to move that this be tabled for at least a month for further information. There are several questions on the proposed agenda, one of which, most notable of which, is that the QRP nets are on Sunday, which is typically a day that everyone departs early, and there was no provision made for them earlier in the week. And that's one big feature of the eyeball. And one that hits me personally is that the mobile shootout is squeezed into an hour and a half, like with a shoehorn. And so I think there are enough questions about potential pitfalls of the thing, and the emphasis on the NFL Hall of Fame. That's nice, but we're hams, and we like to get together and do things that we've done before and like to do again. So I think we need a little more time to flesh out those details. And so I propose that we table for a month. Thank you. I'm done.
Okay. Fred, K1UU.
Well, not to be a broken record here, I guess this is the same speech I gave when Kirk was outlining his proposal. And at the time, I remember saying that if we've got somebody that wants to do the eyeball, let's decide whether or not they get it and then get out of their way and not micromanage everything. We did a lot of that for the Mississippi eyeball, and it had no effect. Kirk did a great job. So I don't see the purpose of waiting. Thank you.
Okay. Dean, it's your turn.
Well, I think Ben has outlined it enough, but I think that we need to kind of readdress, what's the purpose of the eyeball, and is it travel across country so that we can go on tours, or we can, visit places, or is it really about club activities so that we do club things? And I've talked to Gene several times on the phone, and I think he's done a good job at getting some of the basics down there, but I think he needs to hear from the board as to what our concerns are. And then I think, as Fred said, I think we can approve it, and he's off and running, and we're done.
Peter.
Has there been any other proposals for next year's eyeball from anyone?
None that I know of. Dean?
Yeah, Peter, this is the only one that we've heard of so far. I think waiting a month doesn't really, in reading Gene's proposal, I don't think waiting a month is going to have a big impact on his plans. And I think that, there's a possibility that somebody may come up with another plan. But I think this is one of those things that I think he stepped up quickly. And I think really we have until October, November to really approve this. That gives him good time. But anyway, and I think Keon had his hand up to Joe.
Okay, thank you. Keon?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm kind of listening to what everybody is saying. Let's just be realistic with two things. Is the person running the eyeball capable of doing it? If the answer is yes, then we move to the second. Is the location acceptable? If the location is acceptable, we all know that the agenda is going to change. There's nothing etched in stone right now. And like you said, he doesn't have to etch that agenda into stone until, December, January, if that be the case, even a little bit later. So I don't think that the agenda is an issue at all. Moving the QRP nets from Sunday to another day, does it make sense to do that? Absolutely. Do we need to hold up a vote to do that? Absolutely not. The bottom line, at the end of the day, we have one proposal. How many times in the last 3 to 4 years have we had more than one proposal? The year that I ran the eyeball, and the first proposal we got hung up on because of whatever. Right now is not the time to hammer that out. If we have somebody that's willing to do it, the location is fine. He's a notable person that can take care of handling the business of the eyeball. As Fred said, we communicate, let him do it. But to go through this whole back and forth about the agenda, Let the eyeball host have the autonomy to do that. We give them what little input that we can, or whatever input that we have, and we move forward with it. And that's all.
Ralph.
Yeah, I just had a comment about the one saying that it's early for an eyeball proposal. I have been at eyeballs where the location for the next eyeball was decided at the eyeball. So this is not early by comparison. That's all I have on that.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I'll just say this. Let's just take an informal straw vote. If everyone believes we should just go forward and do this, I will withdraw my request to table it.
Are we looking for a straw vote?
That's up to Joe. I'm not.
I have
Yeah,
a
hands
question.
up is sufficient. But so far I'm seeing the 8th, the 7th, and I saw a couple other hands up. DX is waving at me. So that's 3.
Well, I'm waving because I have a question or it's a statement.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Craig.
That's not Craig. It's Keon. I'm not interested in a straw vote per se. Either we're going to vote on whether we're going to table it and move on, or somebody can remove the motion and we move on with voting on whether or not we're going to have it. What's the purpose of a straw vote at this point? Either we're going to do it and put it in the books that we actually voted to table it, or we're not.
I think that is a reasonable request. We have basically no second on the amendment. So that basically falls off the table, and I think we can go ahead with the vote then.
Wait, hey, Joe?
Yes.
Where in our governing documents does it say that a motion has to be seconded?
Has to be brought to the floor.
That's by some Robert's Rules of Order that we don't even acknowledge.
We don't
So,
use that.
I mean, I know what our tradition is, and I'm okay with it. I just don't think we should pocket veto a motion based on a technicality that is not in our documents. I'm done.
Craig.
Make sure I got my mute off. Guys, if we don't have another motion, or sorry, another perspective place, I mean, if we're just talking about the details, I agree with Fred and Keon, and if we're just talking about the details, can we not work that out afterwards? If we had 5 or 6 proposals on the table, then I could see us going back and asking for more details on each proposal. But guys, we don't have volunteers coming out of the woodwork wanting to host these items. So, anyway.
All right. Well, it does not seem like my move to table will get any traction. So, with all of you feeling that a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, and that we can flesh out the details, I will demur, and then we can just go ahead and vote on it.
Ron. Oh. I thought I saw your light come on, Ron. I'm sorry. Well, before we start with the vote, are there any final comments?
HAY.
Yeah, go ahead, Keon.
And just kind of sort of to set the precedence to make sure that, what some of us are saying, there have been eyeball proposals that have been approved without an agenda being set at all. So I think that furthermore, with that precedence being set, there's no reason to hold this up. And I concur with Craig and Fred and some of the others. Let's move on with the vote, and we hash out those smaller details later. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, well, I'm ready to go ahead with the vote, so I will start with the
Oh,
first.
Dean,
Oh, go ahead,
Dean,
Dean, I'm sorry.
Just one final comment. With us approving or disapproving this, if we approve this, then we basically pass the baton to Gene, and Gene is free to do anything he wants to, because at that point, it becomes a non-club function. So that's what we're doing. We are saying that we approve your proposal, and we are transferring the responsibility from the club to you to hold the eyeball next year. So that's what we're voting on right now.
It's
Thanks,
called
Joe. You're done.
leadership.
I don't know about the other words, but yes, exactly. I agree.
Right.
Ralph, you have your hand up.
Yeah, Dean, where do you find that in the bylaws? I don't. All I find in the bylaws pertaining to the eyeball is the board of directors will have an annual meeting.
That's right.
Tradition has been that we appoint an eyeball host, but also in the Constitution or bylaws somewhere it says if you appoint someone to a task, you do not abdicate responsibility.
We're not appointing anybody. This is not an appointment.
Then what
This
do
is
you
basically
consider?
the board of directors agreeing that we are going to let Gene run our eyeball next year, and he is free to make the decisions at his will without the approval of the club. And we've been doing this for years. We did it last year this year with the Mississippi eyeball, and that's what we're voting on.
Hey, Chad.
Well, I wish that Fred's motion to put this all in the bylaws had been accepted and moved on, but having said that, I guess we're still in uncharted or undocumented area.
Call for, yeah, right. Let's vote.
well,
Okay.
hang on.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Craig.
Guys, do we have concerns? Like, I mean, if there's serious concerns, let's talk about them now, right? But if this is just getting our ducks in order, okay, Gene will work with us. We will work with Gene, and I understand, Dean. You know, this doesn't become a club function. It's now sent off to him. But I'm sure any eyeball host in the past, and the first one I went to, Fred, was in Connecticut with you. I'm sure any eyeball host is going to be open to constructive thoughts and comments and all this stuff, right? So now, if there are specific concerns, then God damn it, let's put it on the table right now. Okay.
Unmute isn't working. I expressed one specific concern to Dean that I hadn't mentioned earlier, and that's that there's no provision for event liability insurance. So, or even hold harmless for the club or whatever. And I believe that needs to be worked out. The question, we are accepting that who is it? JMF. We are accepting. No, that's not his call sign.
Gene, NET.
Anyway, Gene.
Yeah, W8NET. I get those confused. Anyhow, we are accepting that he can bear the burden financially and everything else. We're just doing that out of hand. We have no information one way or the other. And Craig says we can trust him to do the job. And yeah, do we know that?
No, we don't know that. Probably because he had a stroke, right?
Well, I'm not trying to go down that road.
Oh, Ben, meh. Anyway, guys, you know what? I'm okay with tabling this for a month, and we'll talk to Gene. I've known Gene, actually Miles, because it's Gene Miles. But years ago, it was Miles that he and I ran many nets with, and he would back me up, and I would back him up. And yep, he had a stroke, and he had all this stuff. But you know what? Do we have somebody else? Is there somebody else here ready to step up? And let's talk to him about his agenda. So you know what? Let's table this for a month. Sorry, Ralph, just give me a second. I'm almost done. Let me just say that I'm okay. Let's table this for a month and we'll talk to him. And once everybody is okay that he has everything in order and it's all going to work out perfectly well, which it never will, then we can vote on it. Done.
Okay, go ahead, Ralph.
Just one thing, I don't know if it was noted in the proposal. If none of you are aware, I was present at the eyeball that Gene ran previously at Starved Rock Park. Everybody had a good time. It was a good eyeball. In other words, he has experience. I don't know if that was stated in his motion or not. That's all from here.
Quick comment from me, W6LV.
Go ahead, Clay.
You're muted.
Now, my computer, I think Ben's computer and mine are working together against this meeting. In 2018, I did the eyeball, and I was a fairly unknown entity in the club, and everything came out okay. There was a couple mentions in the meeting that there were some directors that didn't have a clue as to who I was. Gene does have experience of doing this, and I have confidence in him, in his abilities. The confidence from the board was put upon my shoulders, and I appreciate that. And everything came out in the wash. My eyeball wasn't perfect, but it was far from a flop. So with that being said, I think we can trust Gene. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Okay, well, how are we going to treat this? Are we going to, Ben, are you going to stand by your motion to amend the motion and table it for a month?
I will stand by it. I'm not sure anyone else will, though.
Okay, do we have a second on the amendment to the motion?
Second N2XTT.
Okay. Gotta get my bearings here. One and two.
Joe, Gene had his hand up.
Go ahead, Joe.
No,
Yeah,
Joe,
there
you had
was
your
some,
hand up.
yeah, somebody had their hand up.
Yeah, I was talking to myself.
Oh, okay. Ralph?
Yeah, are we talking about, I didn't hear any motion to amend. I heard a motion to table.
Well, it's an amendment to the motion. We're going to table it for a month.
That's not amending the motion. Tabling a motion does not amend the motion. Does it? Ben, were you amending the motion?
Not my intent to amend the motion, merely my intent to give us an extra month.
Yeah, it's in effect being tabled for a month. Okay, so I'll go ahead with the roll call. The motion as it stands now is to table 09/2021-3 until the October meeting. First call area.
First call area approves.
Okay. Second call area.
Yeah, the second area approves.
Okay. Third call area.
Are
Third
we
disapproves.
voting on the motion to postpone the decision? Is that what we're voting on?
Yes,
Yeah.
it'd be the
I just want to
postponement.
make sure. Okay, yes, fourth area approves.
Yeah, there's somebody out there that has background noise coming in. Can you please mute?
He did.
Okay. Yeah, we're voting on postponement or tabling until next month. The third call area, there was some noise. I didn't hear your vote. I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I disapprove.
Oh, disapprove. Okay. Fourth call area.
Fourth approves.
Fifth call area.
Fifth approves.
Okay. The sixth area approves. Seventh.
Disapprove.
Computer crash. Hello.
Okay, I have the seventh call area as approving.
Disapprove.
Disapprove.
Oh, disapprove. Yeah, the audio broke up. Okay, eighth call area.
Call area negative, disapprove.
Okay, disapproves. Ninth call area. He must have got disconnected again. WA9 DIY, are you still there? Okay, moving on. 10th call area.
WB0 PYF 10th area disapproves.
Okay. DX.
B3CMB, I will approve.
President
President approves.
and Vice President.
Vice President approves.
6, 7, 8. The motion to postpone the eyeball 2022 eyeball to the October meeting, we have 8 approve. We have 4 disapprove and 1 not voting. So the motion carries to defer that until the October meeting. So next one, motion 09/2021-4, motion by Clay, the 5th call area director, WA5LBU, to include the title Top Gun to the NCS guide, and then they would show up on the check-in list for the next year as being a Top Gun, just additional recognition for winning at the mobile shootout. Do we have a second?
Second, N7XG.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
I have a
Yes.
question.
N7XG.
Somebody brought up one time to list the masters. They never did that. I think listing the masters on the check-in list is just as important as this proposal. This is just a personal opinion. Done.
Well, aren't they already listed on there?
Not in
Why,
the check-in
yes, they
list.
are. Why, yes, they are.
I thought they were myself as well.
Where is that? At the
Yes.
end?
Nope, they're listed as MAS under remarks.
Yeah,
But not their
that's
number.
right.
Yeah, I just brought up Logger, and it
Anyway, I've got a comment about this. NWFG.
Yes, go ahead, Dean.
I talked to Clay about this last week, and I see the value of having the remarks show that who the Top Gun is. However, I don't think putting it as a NCS responsibility is the right place to put it, but I really think that it needs to go into some kind of housekeeping from the eyeball, because this is going to involve updating a table in the profile so that when a Top Gun checks in, it'll automatically be populated by Top Gun. Was this, Clay, this is what you were looking for, right? You're muted. Yeah,
Or
okay.
mute,
Right.
Clay.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead, Fred.
Well, I just wanted to pass along my thanks to Clay, because your area member asked me to do this during the eyeball, and I forgot about it. So thanks for picking up the ball. I thought it was a great idea. I'm done.
Okay. Thanks, Fred. And I'm sorry, Joe. Joe, can I speak a second?
Yes, please do, Clay.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it came to me from another area. So, yeah, I was approached at the eyeball as well. So
I think we can identify the sources. November Echo Zero Alpha, Doug, he's in the 10th area, so Ray can get credit for this.
yeah, it came to me in a discussion. I may have approached Fred to see how he felt about it. So that's where it came from.
I had a question.
Yes, go ahead, Ray.
Hey, Joe, does that only apply when that station checks in as mobile? Since he was the Top Gun operating mobile, not fixed?
I believe the way it's worded is that it would include anytime they check in. Clay?
I'm looking at just general, like the Roadrunner. I think the Roadrunner shows up whether they're mobile or fixed or portable. Same with this, it's still recognition. So we're looking for just general recognition.
Well, are there, Ralph?
Yeah, I just, that would put that into kind of a category of its own, and that it's a one-time event is all that's required to qualify for like masters holders. Most anyone else, either it was more than a single instance, or it's an ongoing responsibility conveyed by the remark coming up in the net log. That's just something for consideration.
So one final comment, another comment. The Roadrunner is a little bit different because the Roadrunner does state that a Roadrunner is identified as a Roadrunner. I think all Clay was asking for is that if a Roadrunner checks in, that the remarks will be auto-populated with Roadrunner. And I think that we can put this into the shootout document that Ben has created somehow, that every year that gets basically moved from one person to the other. So what we're saying is that at the conclusion of the award ceremony, or whatever you want to put it, or end of the eyeball, whatever we want to say, that whoever is responsible will update our member profile to remove the previous year's entry as Roadrunner and put the new year's Roadrunner in it. And then when that person checks in, it'll just, in remarks, it'll say Roadrunner, and no special consideration on behalf of the NCS. Am I on track, Clay?
Not Roadrunner.
Top Gun.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
you-
Top Gun.
Yeah,
Top Gun.
okay.
Am I on track, Clay?
Yes,
I knew it,
yes,
you
you
know.
are.
Yeah, yeah,
But-
yeah. He's just looking that when a Top Gun checks in, it populates the marks as Top Gun, and we recycle that every summer when we have a new Top Gun.
I agree totally.
And I think it's a good idea.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead with the vote then. First call area.
First call area approves.
Okay. Second call area.
The second area approves.
Third call area.
Approves.
Yeah, slight hiccup. That was approved.
Roger, Roger.
Okay, thank you, Keon. Fourth call area.
Fourth approves.
Fifth call area.
Fifth approves.
Sixth call area approves. Seventh.
Seventh area approves.
Eighth call area.
Eighth call area abstain.
You had some breaking up there, Ralph. Can you repeat that, please?
Eighth call area abstain.
Oh, okay. Ninth call area.
Ninth call area approves.
Okay. 10th call area.
WB0PY approves.
Okay, got you down for approval. DX.
Sorry, Ray, I was coming into the 10th call area, man. V3CMB, DX approves.
Okay, I know we're getting tired. President.
Approves.
Okay, and Vice President.
Vice President approves.
Okay, well, that was pretty easy to tabulate. We had 1 abstention and 12 approvals. So the motion to include Top Gun on our recognition on our debts is approved. And this one, motion 09-2021-5 was submitted by the 8th Area Director, KGWL, basically voting on that the chairman of the board overturned or null and void motion number 08-2021-4. Do we have a second?
Second and 7XG.
Okay. We have a motion that's been made by the 8th call area and seconded by the president. I know there's going to be discussion on this one, so who wants to go first? Is there any
I will.
discussion? Okay, go
I will.
ahead, Fred.
Let's vote. I'm done.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Let's we'll go ahead with a vote then. First call area.
First call area disapproves.
Second call area.
Second area disapproves.
Third call area.
Third area abstains.
Fourth call area.
Fourth call area disapproves.
Okay. Fifth call area.
Fifth disapproves.
The sixth call area disapproves. Seventh call area.
Seventh call area disapproves.
Eighth call area.
Eighth call area approved.
Ninth call area. Boy, the poor guy's been in and out all night. WA9 DIY. Jim, are you still there? Can you hear us? Okay, I'll come back to that one. 10th call area.
WB0PYF and approves.
Okay, your audio broke up. You said approves?
Approves 10th area.
Okay. DX.
B3 CMB DX disapproves.
Okay. President
President disapproves N7XG.
and Vice President
Vice President disapproves. And board
disapproves. Okay. Let me go back to the ninth call area, WA9 DIY. Jim, can you hear us?
He has not signed back in again, as near as I can tell.
Okay. Well, that's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure. We had one abstention, one no vote, 2 approvals, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 disapprovals. So the motion is rejected or disapproved. And is there any open discussion? And do we have a motion to adjourn? Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I'd like to say that what I've been saying all along is that Ralph had one valid point, I think, in that the net controller's guide should have been available with that motion, but failing that, since it wasn't, we need to ask for that to be completed promptly. And I don't think we need to give a specific deadline date, but we do need to see that document sometime soon. That's all I have.
Okay, your turn, Dean.
Yeah, I was just, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot something as simple as that. So as promised in the the approved pilot, that document will be delivered to the board this month. And based on my recent conversation with the chairperson of that group, it looks like it's going to be within the next week. So we're making good progress with it. Understand that what I am going to propose or what I'm bringing to the board is a draft. So there'll be ample time to comment on it, and we'll lay that out when I publish it. So yes, so like I said, we're shooting for this week, and like I said, the committee that's been working on that has really been doing a lot of work trying to get that done in time. So the goal, unless we really get hung up on minutia, is basically a final presentation at the September board meeting.
Oh, you mean October?
I mean October. I have no idea. Isn't this 1997 or something? Yes, October.
Yeah, I know what you meant, Dean. Just for the record. Anyone else?
Yeah, I have a comment.
Can I make one last comment? Is Ray still on board?
Yes, I'm here.
Ray, would you send a card to KB1XP? His 21 or 25-year-old son went into severe kidney failure this week, and Sammy, I'm not really sure how well he's doing, and I think a card from the club fairly quickly would really help.
What's his call sign again?
Kilo Bravo 1 X-Ray Papa. His name is Michael Samuel. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. Samuelis, SAMULENAS. He's a good guy. He's been a really good anchor on the 40-meter late net for months. And all of a sudden he kind of disappeared. Then we get this email from him last night, and this is really hard on his family. So
will do.
Understandable.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm getting ahead of myself. Fred?
I just wanted to comment on you, Joe. Good job tonight. Tough meeting. I'm done.
Thank you, Fred. Means a lot to me, but yeah, thank you very much.
Now may I move to adjourn?
Okay, we have okay, Ben and Dean, right up this time.